How important is it for your child to be able to experience, express, and acknowledge a range of emotions?
Yeah. We were made and designed for community, even the most introverted amongst us. I can say that because I am an introvert. And I can also say that because I know that, my goals in life and all the the visions I have for myself, I can't do them alone. I need community. Even raising kids, you need community. But when Dr. Eric was talking about the rapid decline of social skills in teens, that's a lot of what I'm reading and hearing about. My husband works with teens, and some of the things that he notices when he's, interacting with young people. And it's so much of communication is nonverbal. I want to say something like 90% of communication is nonverbal. And that's kind of how humans are designed. We are designed to read cues. We are designed to read facial expressions. Your baby is learning how to emotionally respond by how you look at it, him or her, by how you talk to it. We are always reading people's faces, reading cues. Why did she lean in like that? Why is she moving back? Why did she slow down her pace? Those subtle nuances are part of communication, and it's how we adapt to the world. It's how we adapt in social settings, professional settings, and so on. When we introduce a generation of children into a curated social setting, a virtual social setting that is faceless, that is almost timeless, it goes beyond time because you can have real-time conversations without all the other necessary cues and links to understand it. Now we are putting emojis where a look would have gone. You got side-eye emojis when you could have gotten a side-eye in real life. And it's all like fun and cute and light until you realize that young people aren't learning how to read the room, how to read nonverbal communication. And that is detrimental because, again, communities are comprised of real humans, and that virtual reality is not reality, it's a curated one. So, what happens when almost constantly, as teens are reporting, they are interacting in a virtual reality, but we are expecting them to go out into a real world and thrive and succeed? How are they going to interview? How are they going to be doctors? How are they going to be teachers? How are they going to be in relationships, not just romantic ones, but in relationship with people outside of the web? So those are the concerns that I think about when I hear about how drastically there is a decline in the emotional intelligence and the maturation of teens because there aren't opportunities, or at least there isn't an intentional push by some caregivers to create opportunities to make sure that they are interacting with people in real life, in real time. And another thing we know to be true about young people is that there isn't an easy differentiation between a virtual reality and the real world, right? So their real world is virtual. And it is the most important thing if we allow it to be. So they can't emotionally disengage from this curated, unreal world. Um, so as we're thinking about the development of young people, and as we're thinking about how they're going to learn to interact with real people in real time, we also have to think about removing that virtual wall because they can't remove it for themselves. Their brain cannot distinguish between reality and this virtual world. The virtual world right now is their world. And that's something we have to be honest about and intentional and active about.